To all the non-believers.
How did that?
To all the non-believers. Anybody can be beat.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Not Your Average Tea Time. It's officially spooky season, and the New York Jets have their first win. We'll dive into the recap of the New York Jets versus the Tennessee Titans right now. So the Corey Davis revenge game, which I'm calling it, started off like it was going to be some same old Jet stuff, but it rebounded very nicely. And I'm happy to say that was the theme with the entire Jets offense. Zach Wilson started off slow. The wide receivers, Corey Davis, he dropped the pass. And you thought, oh no, this is going to be kind of what it was like last week and the week before that. So eventually they turned it around. The running game got going a little bit. It's we'll talk about that a little bit more later. But Corey Davis started catching pretty much everything that was thrown at him if it wasn't properly defended. So it was good to see that they bounced back. Zach Wilson looked like he was having fun out there. He had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception for 297 yards. That 1 interception wasn't his fault. It wasn't a bad decision. It wasn't a bad throw. He was actually one of those timing throws that he threw when he should have, but Corey Davis slipped on the route and fell, and it was picked off. But you can tell, just looking at the replay, it wasn't a bad choice. It wasn't a bad decision. It's not like the defensive back ran the route for Corey Davis. He just slipped and fell, and the pass got picked off. So Zach Wilson had a very nice bounce-back game, and he had one of those 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratios that I talked about in the beginning of the season episode. Another positive thing that I saw that was really good was that Ty Johnson redeemed himself in a big way. He caught a nice pass to move the chains and keep the Jets on field when it was third down. I still don't trust him in pass protection. I still don't want to see him out there in third down. For some reason, they keep taking Michael Carter off. Maybe it's his play style. They want him fresh to actually run the ball. I don't know. But Ty Johnson shouldn't be on the field on third down, but he redeemed himself very, very, very nicely this game. And, he played a good part in the Jets winning this game. The O-line was much improved this game. Zach Wilson was only sacked once. Elijah Vera Tucker, the rookie, doesn't have a lot of experience in the NFL yet. He did get caught for another ineligible man down the field penalty. This is the second one in as many weeks. He really just needs to know he can't just go run down the field willy-nilly like he was able to in college. I know there's a lot of things happening during the game, but that's something that he has to get corrected. On the other side of the line, we have to just give it up for the Jets defense because they had 7 sacks today. The most important ones coming from Quinnen Williams, who had 2, and Bryce Huff, who had 1.5. C.J. Mosley had 1, Quincy Mosley had 1, Bryce Hall, our cornerback, had 1. But it's really important to see that the Jets defensive line can get some penetration when needed, because when we lost Carl Lawson, we saw that the Jets kind of struggled to get to the quarterback. But Quinnen Williams seems to be getting his feet under him. He did not look well early in the season, but then he bounced back last week with 1.5 sacks. This week, 2. So he's at 3.5 already. He's really, really taking that next step, and it's really good to see that he can be a focal point of this defense. All right, now we got to talk about some not so positive things from the game. Some people might call those negatives. Greg Van Roten got beat like a drum again. I'm not going to harp on that. The Jets' right guard situation is the worst situation they have on the team. Denzel Mims played, allegedly. Haven't had a chance to go back and watch it yet, but he had no targets. Derrick Henry ran for 146 yards and a touchdown, but he really does that to everybody, so it's kind of hard to stop him. You just can only hope to contain him. C.J. Mosley did a great job of that in the first half, but as the game goes on, Derrick Henry seems to get stronger, or defenses get tired of tackling him, one of the two. But Quincy Williams, who's Quinnen Williams' brother, he plays linebacker for us, number 56. He came across the field and just smacked Derrick Henry, and everybody was like, yeah, not too many people can do that to Derrick Henry. So Quincy Williams was a nice waiver wire pickup find. because he's out here just hitting people left and right. The biggest negative of the game is that Zach Wilson could have ended the game in the fourth quarter, but he missed Corey Davis on a wide open out route. He has to hit that. I'm not going to harp on it because he'll learn to hit that. He probably just got excited and the ball got away from him. He probably didn't expect it to be open, but as time goes on, he'll hit that, and the Jets will be a better team for it. I don't get to do this too often. I'm going to talk about some of the highlight plays of the game. Some plays that just made me lose my mind here when I was watching. Zach Wilson was at the line of scrimmage, and it was a bad snap. The ball hits the ground. He scoops it up off the ground, has to reset, scrambles for half a second to make a play. Then he finds Crowder down the field for a huge gain of 29 yards. And it was one of those, oh no, the Jets are about to implode here. But no, not really. We have a young quarterback who can make amazing throws, and he kept his eyes downfield to find Jamison Crowder, and he hit him for 29 yards. That play eventually led to Zach Wilson getting his first touchdown of the game, and he hit Crowder on an out route again for 3-yard touchdown. And it really showed Zach Wilson's maturity that he could take those lumps and come back. Another thing that he did that looked like a veteran play caller, he took the ball, scrambled to the right, and saw that there was no safety in the end zone. Corey Davis has somebody trailing him. Another wide receiver has somebody trailing him. Zach Wilson just, as he's rolling to the right, he points, go deep, go deep. He stops, sets his feet, and fires a laser down the field. He drops the ball where only Corey Davis can catch it. And at this point, there's 2 Tennessee Titans behind him. But he drops it right in the breadbasket. It was like a 54-yard touchdown. And it was one of those plays that made you think, okay, this is why they took him number 2 overall. Like, these are kind of plays he can make once he has some time and the game starts to slow down for him, which it seems like it did when it came to the Tennessee Titans game. Another name I haven't talked about much is Keelan Cole, wide receiver. So it's 3rd and 6, and Zach Wilson stops, looks around. He rolls to his right, and he launches one down the field. And it was one of those passes when you thought, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. It was like a Patriots pass, a pass he made against the Patriots. And you was like, it's probably going to be intercepted. But it wasn't. He had Keelan Cole running deep, and he caught it. And it was the first wild moment of the game, to be honest with you. And that was for 54 yards. And he was like, okay. Like, Zach, he's playing to win, not playing to not to lose. So Keelan Cole came back up in overtime. So it was like 3rd and 2, and Zach Wilson took the ball, shotgun, looked to his left, and just threw another one of just lasers to the left-hand side, right in the basket for 29 yards as he was running out of bounds. Again, it was one of those passes that only Keelan Cole could catch. So it's really just been a maturation process for Zach Wilson. He had quite a few highlight plays that I'm sure you're going to see on SportsCenter, and it's going to be a part of his package this whole week going into London. So they have to travel to London to play the Atlanta Falcons, who came off a loss. So they're going to be pretty hungry to get their first W, but here's to hope that Robert Saleh and the Jets defense can pull another rabbit out of the hat and stop Matt Ryan. I think they can. I'm looking forward to that London game. It's going to be at 8:30 in the morning. So, yeah, Jets get the primetime spot. Here's to hope that they don't mess it up like they do every other time. But tonight, I'm one happy Jets fan. I have no complaints because, honestly, winning cures everything. We're on to Atlanta. Thank you for listening to this episode of Not Your Average Tea Time. I'm your host, Tabaria. Have a good night.